Hey, in conversation with the drywallers earlier today, they suggested that they would be finished today except for some sanding tomorrow. And let's just see what we've been able to accomplish today. So this is where the water was. It's all dried up. Trisha took a broom to it and brought it outside, cleaned up the floor at the same time. So they still haven't totally finished. I guess they gave it a top coat, the inside corners.
Yeah.
They were supposed to put a priority on my office, so let's go and see what they did in the office.
They got 2 blowers going. Okay.
So it's really dry. Yeah, they said that they were going over the nails again, but they did do a top coat for the corners as well. So it looks like completely finished, and then the sand tomorrow, and then Trisha can follow them directly and start priming. Looking forward to it?
Yes and no. Just because the ceilings are so tall, but they've got this here, so that'll help.
Is that going to stay?
Why not?
Is that Jay's?
Yeah,
Or does it belong to the drywallers?
I don't know. There's one upstairs too, so.
So they didn't finish here. These corners are the same as what they have done. And they haven't doubled the screws either, over top of the screws. So this was definitely not a priority. I guess they're still going to finish that tomorrow. See what it looks like in studio. This looks finished, except for a little bit of sanding maybe.
I hear they have to do more nails again.
Oh, they've done the corners in here a bit. I don't know if that's finished. When I came back in here, they were not downstairs, they were upstairs. Looking to finish things off.
What?
Looking to finish things off upstairs maybe, so that they could concentrate tomorrow on downstairs. Well, they did a little bit of the top corners in here, not right to the stairway, but I don't understand the method of madness.
I don't understand why they only work 5 hours. Okay, so they've done all the holes, all that again. Inside there as well. On the pantry. So after your office, this can start being
Primed.
painted as well, primed.
Yeah, this looks pretty good. A little rough in the corner up there. Oh, and here too. Wouldn't be my finished job. And this room is done. Except for a little bit of sanding, Trish.
What?
Bedroom here is done, except for a little bit of sanding.
Not our bed, no.
Oh, yeah, it's not finished there.
These
Or there.
walls are in the ceiling. These.
And this bathroom is done.
Blowers on here.
It's probably not as humid up here as it is down there. Okay, so we're getting closer. I think we're a day out from starting to prime anyways, and then we can prime in here as well. And Jay's starting to talk about getting the flooring started. And once the flooring's in, then the kitchen comes. And once the kitchen comes, hopefully somewhere in there, we'll have windows and the outside walls. Jay was going to talk to Tori at the Havelock Steel, about the availability of the exterior steel, and we don't know the result of that conversation yet. So hopefully that's an encouraging response, even though we could move in without having the exterior siding up, as long as the windows and doors are in.
Thermal wall.
Yeah. And Jay is starting to talk about trim for the office downstairs, and then you could start trimming in here as well. So it means carpenters need to move back in to do the finishing of the actual walls themselves. And then it's a question of getting the plumbing and the electricians in, and that is about that. Well, there's a couple of details on the outside, like the covering for the front door and the stairway from the
Deck to
deck to the ground outside. So we've got an exterior or a second exit. It's going to be an important consideration, I think, for the safety.
Occupancy permit.
Yeah. All right, so that brings you up to date. Hopefully we'll have some really timely news tomorrow, i.e. the finishing of the drywall, and they're moving out, and that gives us the possibility, we hope, of bringing in the painting. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Want to go upstairs first? It's Wednesday, and we've had a couple of conversations with drywallers. We had hoped that they were going to be finished today, and apparently they have finished off the office and maybe some other places as well, but they are working towards totally finishing by the end of the week, Friday. But in the meantime, we're going to be starting priming. So let's take a tour through what they've done, what they haven't done. So here in the foyer, I don't think an awful lot has happened, except that they've gone over.
Some extra stuff there.
It's pretty wet stuff. So they fed the edges, but they have to sand yet. It looks okay here. They haven't done the corners yet. Finished them anyways. And they have gone over the screw heads a second time. So that's done.
In my studio as well.
Right, but the inside corners still are not finished. They have to sand them yet.
Yeah, sanding maybe.
I think all of it is sanding from here on.
That's a sander.
Sander, yeah.
Yeah, so then I had asked him because I saw like marks up there.
It still
And
happens.
I said, is that, no, he says that's just marks that are made by the sander
Oh.
because it's metal on that, and so it's not cracked. It just makes, see these,
That line?
these, yeah, see these lines here? You can just prime right over that.
Okay, so it looks like the office is ready to go. And you can see that Trish has got rollers and some poles and drop cloth, etc., ready to go to town.
Well, it's doable on the ground.
This is where the 10-foot ceilings come into play. Things are done in here too, but they need to be sanded. It's where they moved all of their buckets and mixing and all that kind of stuff. But it doesn't look like they've got any compound left to work with. So they must have finished all of that. The nail head's got a second coat here as well, ready to go. I'm still waiting for the day when the garage is finished, but that'll be a couple of weeks yet, I think. Okay, I'm going to see if I can get upstairs.
I wouldn't move it. Because they've got something up there on it.
Oh. We slide past it. It's dry here. Careful. Okay, I got through. You had an easier time.
Yeah.
Good for you. Okay, what does it look like in here? Looks pretty good.
So again, those marks are probably from the sander.
Looks like they have to go over them again once, because there's still pieces like, and they come right off. But they've gone over the screw heads again the second time. Feathered things out. The long ladder.
Yeah. You gotta make sure that the ladder's not going to slip on you.
Mm-hmm.
When you go against there, but you can't make sure that it's not going to slip so you can nail it.
Well, you could have it coming up the stairway too.
We don't have a long enough ladder.
That's right. Here's the bedroom.
No, the corners are not done in here.
They're not sanded.
Well,
This one's done. They've gone over the screw heads the second time.
there.
Yeah. Good. I think there are some places that they need to touch up yet.
Yeah. So you do a nice job in here and then you
Glop on it.
go up. And I guess if we go like that, then it's gonna make a hole. You can't sand it away.
Looking pretty good in here. Bit of sanding for some places. Like up there. But for the most part, this is done, Trish.
What, in the guest room?
Mm-hmm. I think it's becoming larger again. You know, probably.
Things, and then the kitchen goes in, goes a little smaller again.
Yeah, but the windows go in and it'll expand again.
Yeah.
So, maybe one more day of this, but probably let you in on a little bit of primer when Patricia's priming tomorrow in my office. We're working towards trim and a door that's lockable for Friday afternoon. So we'll have to see if our contractor actually gets there. Anyways, again, there's a little bit of progress every day. Hoping you're not getting too tired about just seeing drywall and mudded walls. We'll talk to you soon.